Ladies and gentlemen, my guest tonight is a writer for Thrive Weekly. In a recent issue, she profiled the Grambo Report in a story titled, Being Isaac Grambo. And here to prove that flattery will get you somewhere, please welcome Erin Ryan. Shake your hand here. Erin, it is good to have you here. Thank you for joining us.
You're very welcome.
You know, I must say this before we really get started into this. You are the first person who's not me or Kate that's been on this show. So that's huge. That's really big. So, round of applause for you.
Well, luckily I'm more attractive than both of you, so it's a good thing.
Wow. But you do have good taste, at least in some respects, because this magazine right here, pretty flattering pictures, I think. Flattering story. And comparing me to Mark Paul Gosselaar, that's Zach Morris of Saved by the Bell if you don't know. Now that's just being aware of your surroundings.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So, you write for Thrive Weekly.
I do.
And Thrive is a department of the Idaho Statesman.
It is.
And the Statesman used to be owned by Gannett, which publishes USA Today. Then it was bought by Knight Ridder, and then a month later, McClatchy Company bought Knight Ridder. So my question, after all of this moving around, is, are you getting your paychecks regularly? Or is it stuck in some sort of bureaucratic time warp?
I think wherever it is, it's with Mark Paul Gosselaar, which is a good place to be. I actually moved as many times as the Statesman has been purchased, so I think my paychecks are actually going to a woman currently living at 713 Richmond Street. If you're out there, I really want my money.
You hear that, 1713 Richmond? Get her the money. Just, you know, send it to me and I'll make sure it gets to her. I promise. Now, I realize that there was only that short period of time where Knight Ridder actually owned the Statesman, which you're a part of. But my question is, did you ever get to ride around in kit? Did David Hasselhoff come by and grace you with the presence of his chest hair? Did he dance around in Speedo?
You know, the closest thing we have to kit is actually a Ford Focus, and unfortunately, the Hoff never came by. There is no shortage of hairy-chested men at the Statesman, just so you know.
Is the hair does it just flow? Are they showing it around all the time?
You know, they keep their shirts buttoned up pretty tight, but sometimes, because of their bounteous bosoms, and you said you like boobs,
right?
The buttons pop open
and
the chest hair just comes out.
Wow.
Yeah, and the Statesman actually issues medallions, and so all of the hairy chests have a Statesman medallion.
Are you serious?
No, I'm not serious.
Okay. So no robotic Trans Am, and we are unaware if you're getting paid or not, but you should be getting paid, because you write damn near every story in this paper. I mean, just in this issue right here, you got the story about me, there's something in here about fly fishing, something about Al Gore, and you made the crossword puzzle for this, right? You did that?
I did, and actually, all of those other photographs of the staff writers, it's all set up. I actually ghostwrite the entire thing.
You're the whole thing.
I am.
That is amazing.
Thrive.
Wow. This is breaking news, and aren't you glad you're here? This is Thrive. That's amazing. And I won't ask you how much you make if the checks are even getting to you. You must be, in some point, getting paid very well. What with splitting, well, or taking on the entire duties of writing all of a week's worth of outdoor lifestyle and arts and entertainment news for one weekly newspaper. But you used to work for the rival, for Boise Weekly.
I did.
And what was it that drove you to Thrive?
I think it was the vending machine.
The vending machine.
Yeah. You know, the job is actually really similar, but now I have a vending machine and a parking lot.
You know, you don't have to hold back here. I got no love for Boise Weekly. Those bitches done piss me off.
Really?
Yeah, I'm not even in 8 days out this week. I mean, come on, I'm news. Look at me. Look at how many people are here. I'm important. I am an important man. The least that they could do is put me in the I saw yous. Hey, you, guy on a stage wearing black with a red tie, looking pretty sexy. I'd like to see you next week on the same stage.
At least
Something
you
like
weren't in
that.
the I Spy. That's always a good thing.
Well, I suppose that's true.
Yeah.
So, what is the deal with you anyway? You've got this journalistic talent. You've got this balls-to-the-walls work ethic, apparently. And yet, you waste your time writing about half-assed performance artists and fly fishing. I mean, say what you will about Thrive or the Boise Weekly, but they have a bigger readership than the Idaho Statesman. At least the Idaho Statesman has a non-comedic police blotter. I mean, what is the deal with this? On the McClatchy Company website, it boasts as being the second largest newspaper company in the entire United States. Second largest. In the same sentence, it boasts that it has a 149-year legacy of independence. Second largest company in the States, legacy of independence. Does that jive with you? Do you see this? Do you see, am I just out of my mind?
Yes.
Touche, Erin Ryan, touche. Sometimes I ramble, what can I say? Now it says in your bio that you teach, and I'm quoting here, mutinous fourth graders. How did you meet fourth grade mutants, and what do you teach them?
Well, I mean, you've heard of the Idaho Downwinders, so that would explain the mutant part. But I actually met the fourth graders through the Log Cabin Literary Center. I teach classes there in the summertime, and it's actually not too bad. You'd be surprised how many of them you can subdue with one popsicle.
And so what do you teach? Do you teach them how to write, or you just watch them eat popsicles?
I teach them how to write, how to go to the zoo, because this is something that you have to learn how to do, and how to run through the sprinklers at Julie Davis Park.
Well, hey, that's something that I think all fourth graders need to learn, and thank you very much for teaching them. Erin Ryan, thank you for joining us today.
Thank you.
Erin Ryan, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be right back. Thank you.